It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the realm of geekdom. This is nerd breaking news. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you could stay in touch with all the episodes that we put out. Today, we're going to try a new segment and we're going to call it Over Under. And we're basically what we do is we're going to be talking about different random topics. We're going to give our opinion about it. And we're pretty much going to say we believe there's going to be over or under a certain thing. Today, we're going to do the expected movies for 2025, and we put out probably about 10, 11 movies that are considered to be the most, the excitement for it. It's there for these films. So let's go ahead and start off with the first film in the list, the one that everybody's anticipating, and the one that we did a video on, Superman Legacy. So let's go ahead and think about, do you think this film will do good in the box office? Remember that it does have to compete against Jurassic World Rebirth and potentially the Fantastic Four film. So we'll go ahead and start off with the kid. What is your take? Over or under? Will this be a successful film for DC?
I'm gonna put a disclaimer automatically, and the disclaimer is if we get news that Fantastic Four, which is right there, I see it. If Fantastic Four gets moved to 2026, then Superman has a shot to be over expectations of 2025 in terms of box office. But if they remain and they say no, 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 keep your Kryptonian, we got the Fantastic Scrubs, then unfortunately, it's gonna be under because ain't nobody. I don't care who it is, Batman, Superman. I don't care who you got. Nobody wants to mess with those dinosaurs in Universal. Those boys. That listen, Jurassic World was the only good movie in that trilogy, and yet all those movies hit $1 billion. People love these damn dinosaurs, regardless of the story. The story could be trash. The story could be horrible. Chris Pine it can be mistaken for a good actor. People go see these films. And unfortunately, you want nothing to do with that, man. So if your only competition is Jurassic World Rebirth, I think it's called. Yeah, right there, Rebirth, then you have a shot. But if Fantastic Four is right there, no bueno.
So as of right now, do you take it as an over or an under?
If it's as it stands, under.
As it stands, yes.
Under.
Under? All right. Eagle, over or under?
Under. There's just too many variables. I want it to be good. I think that a lot of people will go and see it. But I heard the other day that movie theaters are expecting this year to be a really bounce back year in terms of attracting people to the theaters, and obviously that's always going to depend on the quality of the movies and the films. And I think that for the summer there's just too many options, right? You have options from people who are into the Marvel slash DC movies. Then you have action movies. Then you have nostalgic Karate Kid type of movies. Then you have kids movies coming out. So I think there's going to be a lot of competition. There's going to be a lot of movies. And listen, maybe the prices in the movie theaters are a little bit too much, and maybe you have to make a choice between one movie or the other. Are you going with a couple with your couple, with your significant other, or are you going with your friends, or are you going with your kids? That that's going to be something to think about. Either way, I think there's just too many good movies to go around. There's some people who might actually wait for some movies to actually come up into the streaming services, right? Netflix or maybe Disney Plus, like those type of movies. Yeah, so Superman is gonna suffer from that. Again, I still hope hope, huh? Or I want to say that I believe that the plot is gonna be so good that I don't know, maybe 1 billion. That would be good. I think that would be good
Whoo.
good numbers. Um, but obviously worldwide, like counting not only America,
Yeah,
but still under.
Mhm.
yeah.
Professor.
What's gonna hurt the movie isn't that what's gonna hurt the movie is gonna be the critics, I think. And I think the big thing for next year is gonna be what the critics say about things. And if the critics are excited about things, then the movie will do well. If the critics aren't, there's gonna be a cap to how much the movie can make. Because people are gonna say, I'll wait for it to stream. So Superman might actually be a well done movie, but I suspect the critics are gonna call it empty. And people aren't gonna be inclined to spend the money to go see it. So I give it an under.
Yeah, and I kind of feel the same thing. I think this unanimously, we all think it's going to be under for all these reasons. I also add on top of that that DC doesn't have a good history with the fan base, with the films that they had in the DCU, and at least for me, uh, s- it really pushes me away from giving it an opportunity to say, "Hey, this could actually be very successful." Not including that, it's actually not only Jurassic World, and it's not only the Fantastic Four. Mission Impossible comes out June 27th, the weekend or
Oh,
2 weeks before that. So
Over.
now
Jesus.
you have
Over.
Mission Impossible, Jurassic World, the Fantastic Four, Superman, all within a month of span. And we're
Is it
talking about
any possibility, TK, that this might be a Barbie-Heimer situation where both films made Barbie made one
it's
point something and Oppenheimer made 900 million? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
the way I see it is like if we're looking about like the boys trying to hang out, want to watch a cool action film, and you only have one choice, you're going Mission Impossible. If you want to see a family film, you're probably going to be leaning to that Jurassic World one. So, what's left over for the Superman film? What's left over if the Fantastic Four still stays
Oh,
there? It's
they're
going to be
done
just
too.
pretty much the comic book people. So, this is a situation where there's just so much competition. The economy is in a situation where people are not going to go 4 weekends in a row to go watch films, you're gonna have to divide and decide which film is worth it and which one you'd rather wait for it to stream. And
I
because
agree.
of that, I think it goes under.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead,
No,
bro.
no, no. I'll wait.
Go for it.
I got it
Go
timed.
for it
I'll
before I
wait. Go
move on
ahead.
to the next one.
Okay, one thing I wanted
Okay.
to add. TK Williams has never forgiven DC ever since they stole his money with that Flash movie. Because if you remember, the trailer looked all right. And you went to go see it, and they took your money. And ever since then, TK's been like, I'm done. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. All right, passing the baton back.
That is true. That is true because I am a huge Flash fan, and for me to
Mhm.
see what they did to the poor guy, not the actor, but the character.
Hey, listen,
Oh,
there was a Flash fan next to us that night. I don't know. I don't
oh
know.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He said it was one of the greatest films of all time.
We'll have him back next video, but yeah, we're gonna get
Sh-
him. We're gonna get him.
Shout out to my boy D'Angelo.
Correct. Hope you
Yeah.
feel better, bro. He's under the
D'Angelo.
weather.
All
He's under
right.
the weather. He's under the weather. So
All right, let's move to the next one. The next one is actually the first film of 2025 in that list, and it is Captain America Brave New World coming out February 14th on Valentine's Day. So, over, under, let's go with the Eagle first.
Under. Nobody's surprised here. Um, I mean, where do you start? It's a Marvel movie, so the first thing that comes to my mind is saturation. So they're using Captain America as, hey, listen, come, probably people are blind. I don't know. Come watch this movie. It's clearly Captain America, and like, no, 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 no. We got you there. It's actually something totally different. But you're here. Might as well just watch it. There's just too much going on here. First of all, you have the I was gonna say Netflix, Disney Plus series that I think got mixed reviews. It had some good episodes. Um, the plot was interesting for some. I don't know. I guess it caught me like in the middle of it, and then at the end, I was like, "Oh, okay, man, this went like left. I was not expecting this."
mm-hmm.
Um, so it kind of, I don't know, hooked me, and then it just let me go. So that didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Um, it's it's just I don't know. It doesn't have a good recipe. Um, that it looks gonna be. And then again, what we talked about, it's just too many options. I don't think any of the other like this film is gonna be higher than Superman. I think if you have me choosing, I'll go watch Superman over Captain America: Brave a New World. No, I'm not saying people are not going to watch it. There's a fandom within Marvel. Will still go to the movie theaters and they will watch the movie, and maybe it will get a good Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I'm not looking at you, Professor. Not at all. Um, there, like Justin said it all the time. I think it's going to be one of those movies, Professor, that the critics are not going to like. I just don't think so. There's just too much. And I don't even want to say politics. It kind of feels like an action movie, if anything. I don't know. It's just it's an under for me. Yeah, it's not gonna perform well. Well,
Professor.
I will happily watch this movie when it's on Disney Plus, and I'll be sitting down on a Saturday or a Sunday with my tacos, hanging out, and I'll say, "Hey, you know what? I got some free time. Let me check out that Captain America movie that came out 2 years ago." So I expect to watch this movie in 2020. What is it? 7? That's when I'll give it a shot. Until 2027, under. And these people should be ashamed of themselves for having the audacity to give me Harrison Ford and color him red with crayon. That red Hulk looks so stupid. There's no excuse for it. Once I saw that, I said, "Don't you dare waste my time." And I am not giving you any of that money. I will not even contribute to its weekly streaming numbers when it hits Disney Plus for the first time. That is my protest because they had the audacity to ruin to just ruin everything. They ruined everything. It looks terrible. Under. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Kid.
How could I ever follow up that soliloquy by the professor? Here's the problem. First of all, breaking news. Under. Here's the problem. Problem number one. Anthony Mackie. We've been saying this man in several shows. We've been lamenting the fact that he's still consciously hired to portray Sam Wilson, the Falcon. He might be a cool guy. I don't know. We never met him, but as an actor, the guy is horrible. He can't act. His best role is 8 Mile when he gets destroyed by Eminem. You know that gangster. Your real name is Clarence. But, but the
You know
problem
what would
is,
have been way more interesting? They greenlit this. I'm sorry.
go ahead,
They
go ahead,
greenlit
bro.
this movie because the writer for Falcon and the Winter Soldier did a great job. If they would have just cut the Captain America part and just made it Bucky, Brave New World, we'd have no problem. There'd be no problems. You don't even gotta make him Captain America. We're not even asking for that. If you just give us a Bucky movie, you don't even gotta call it Winter Soldier. Just put that guy in there. He's a much better actor.
100%.
Everybody likes him. We got
Mhm.
no problems. But you give us this crap. Back to the kid. I'm sorry.
Here's a
Even
all right.
even the character's better. Even the character's better. Let's be real.
100%. Paul number two, real quickly. Uh, issue number two in this case. You think you're slick, Marvel? You think you're slick for two reasons. One, didn't RGJ get announced a couple of last year? Didn't he get announced? So those Marvel bias kids are gonna be like, well, it's the Marvel brand, and RDJ's coming back in 2 years. I gotta go watch this film. They're gonna get those kids or those people. And then two, they think they're slick. Doesn't this look like Winter Soldier? No, no, stop. The trailer literally has President Ross telling Sam Wilson, "Hey, I need you to be Captain America again." And then they're in like a little. It looks like the White House, and they're like a little ceremony, and they literally have an assassination attempt on the president in the trailer. That you're like, okay, so when I watch that part of the scene, I know what's gonna happen. The part with the Hulk, you butchered the original Hulk in the MCU. He's the most butchered character in the MCU. Anybody who's a Hulk fan should be hated the MCU because they
Mhm.
destroyed that character. There, he was horrified in She-Hulk show, and now we're gonna be like, hey, you know what, bro? We got a box of
It's paint
crayons
him red.
any 3-year-old kid could do, and we're gonna color him red, and that CGI looks horrible. They're trying to lie people with the Winter Soldier thing. The only saving grace this movie has is those nerdy blind fans who are gonna come because of the news of Robert Downey. That's it. So way under.
Oh, and I am gonna say the same thing. It's definitely gonna go under the competition during that time. This movie doesn't look good. We saw the CGI. It looks like something I did, and I have no training in that. You know, and let's be real. You know, people say Marvel sells. When was the last time they did a $1 billion movie outside of a Spider-Man and the Deadpool? You know,
Deadpool's trash.
it's just this is bad. This is bad. This is bad timing for them. They should have focused more on building something better for us. This is gonna go under. Next film, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. This film is coming out June 27th, which will be right around that same time in the summer films. Professor, we'll start with you for this one.
Let me tell you, Tom Cruise is the greatest action star of all time. I don't know if you all had the opportunity to see the last Mission Impossible movie. If you did not, you need to go watch it this weekend. It is insane. 20 out of 10. And the thing is that when you're looking at this movie, the cliffhanger in the end, chef, it was a perfect movie. And it's been a long time since I've been able to say a movie was perfect, especially an action movie. But it was. And the sequel to this, I might see it twice. I'm not even kidding. I might actually go see it several times. It's like that. So yeah. But now here's the problem. The budget for the movie's too high. So when you think about it, their ability to make money limited. And that's why even so, it might still go under. However, what I would also point out is that one of the stars of that movie is actually one of the stars of Fantastic Four. Coincidence? No. Laying out the foundation. All right, back to TK Williams.
All right, then we'll go finally with the Eagle. Your take. Over or under?
I'm surprised after the great response from the professor. I thought he was going to go over. He gave all the great points that you need to make this movie go over. Now, as much as I wanted to go over, I mean, it will not be. Um, but this is one of the main things about Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible films, right? Um, he has been delivering like top notch effects and storytelling the last few movies. Like he has gotten the franchise to a different level and basically matching a little bit to what like an action film should be. We're not getting a lot of action films lately, to be honest. And I think that Mission Impossible is filling in that void nicely. I think that they've got the plot is always modern. It's like how can I say, like current, if you will. Because if you think about it, a lot of action movies they have to do with politics, if you will. And there's a really good correlation between being part of an agency that supposedly doesn't exist, um, and then dealing mixing it with politics. I think that they he does a really good job. Um, there's a lot of people who probably were not born where Tom Cruise was at the highest, at his peak, in terms of his movie career. But I still think that there's a lot of people who know Mission Impossible, know the theme song, and I think they're gonna go for it. So my prediction is gonna be over, but it's more coming from a fan than anything else. Um, yeah, that's my prediction.
I am also going to say over. And the main reason for me is like this is the first major film of the summer. Everybody's going to go want to watch this. This has been a long time series that's been going out, and people have watched the films. And I think people are just going to dive right into it and go watch this film and probably jump into another film later on that month to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's over. Is that everyone?
No, I disagree. So here's the thing, and I know Eagle's gonna be rolling his eyes how I feel about Tom Cruise. Here's the problem: the budget is $400 million. Here's the other
So
problem.
so what is Chinese money, bro? It doesn't matter.
Let me continue.
What the?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I need to call Namor
The
to translate
production
that.
company. It's
I
okay.
need to
Forget it.
let me call let me call Namor so we can translate that. So so the second so the second issue you have is the first reckoning, the one before, the one that came out
Part
last
one.
year. Part one was it generated 200 million overall budget wise. It made profit. It made $200 million less than the one in 18, which is Fallout, which is the highest box office money for the Mission Impossible series that had Henry Cavill, which is the only Mission Impossible I've ever seen, and it's amazing. So you're going off the one before, the one last year, with the which was at that time the highest budget of Mission Impossible. It was also in the summer, and it also didn't make money because they had stiff competition. So even though, so we have to go look at. Well, I got to put a disclaimer here, but we have to go look at to see what's coming around that area around 2-3 weeks around that time, because the budget, it seems like it's ballooned so badly that it would have to break. So the budget's 400, so it would have to hit 1 billion just to break even, and you're running the risk of the guy coming after you, and nobody wants that man. Jurassic World. So because of the budget and because of the last film and the big boy coming in the first week of July, I just don't. It's got to be under.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that because I was just pulling up right now. I was global gross earnings for these films, and they usually sit like about. It looks like average about 591 million per film on average.
What's the
So
budget?
it might be a little bit tougher. Yeah, it might be a little bit tougher for them to be able to actually do it. So I actually would change that. I kind of see your point. So I will actually change mine to under as well.
What a sellout. No way.
I'm looking at
Bro,
the numbers,
TK.
man.
TK.
I'm looking
No,
at
don't
the
look at.
numbers.
No. TK,
Eagle,
don't
They
Eagle,
put
be.
too much. They put
Eagles,
too much money.
Eagles,
TK,
They
talk,
put
don't
too
be
much
the guy.
money, bro.
TK,
Eagles talking
TK,
like that
don't be.
Dino fan. No, don't look at the
No, no,
stats.
no, no, no. TK, don't be the guy who's doing a multiple choice questions and they get it right and then they go back and change their answer. It's usually
Yeah,
wrong.
but
Okay, don't do
I am
that.
the guy that I am the guy that will listen to everything that's out there and make my own analysis of that. If it does change my mind, I will change my mind. There's
Follow
nothing
your
wrong with
intuition.
that.
TK, follow your
My
gut.
look, I don't know, those numbers don't lie, and those numbers don't look that good for
We'll
them.
see about the numbers after the summer. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. We'll see when they come out. Next film is How to Train Your Dragon, the live action film. This film is coming in December of 2025.
Yeah, December. You said December 2025.
Kid, you go ahead.
Okay, so real quickly,
Yes.
one, the part one was amazing. I didn't see the other ones after that. Two, um, isn't How to Train Your Dragon part of the Epic universe coming to Universal Studios in May of 2025? I think it is. I think they're part of the five
You already knew
section,
the answer. Uh-huh.
right? All right, right. I think it is. So, and they have
It
a
is.
relative. If we look at the box office, they actually been, their films are not trash in terms of money. So, if you want to add their history plus May of 2025, the new theme park thing, they have probably a huge fan base. I think I'm gonna go probably over.
Ego.
The first movie, Serge is right. It is so weird because this is like animated movies that they don't come to your mind at first, but once they do, you're like, oh, I remember that movie. And
Hmm.
then you look at the numbers and you're like, oh, this movie made a lot of money for some reason. So they're successful. Yeah, yeah, no, they are. It's just that they're buried in Universal, so not a lot of people can enjoy them. Um, I mean, the part one was good. I don't know. I don't think it built like a lot of following. So I'm gonna say under. I don't have any other reason to base off the under other than I don't know too many movies and yeah I don't know part twos usually suck. Maybe I'm hating. Who knows?
Professor.
I think it's gonna be over only because of the time that it's gonna come out. So because they have December and December's like a blank space, they got a good thing going there. So that's gonna be over. That's gonna work out. I too have
Prof-
only seen the first one and have no interest in the rest. I have no
Professor, to your
interest in this.
Professor, to your point, December family, why not?
Yeah, it fits. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
kids are on
it's
vacation.
Maggie,
Kids
we
are on
go.
vacation for
yeah,
school. They're gonna go out. This is a nice little family
yeah.
film that everybody's
Mhm.
watching. I've actually seen all of them, and I love this series quite honestly. The second film was really really good in my opinion. So they have an attraction coming at Universal too. How can you not say it doesn't have a following? Like people actually enjoy this. Everybody loves that damn black dragon. And unlike Captain America, their CGI actually looks amazing. So I think there's a lot of positives going where DreamWorks does a great job at putting films out there and making them enjoyable for the family. This is going over.
TK,
No,
what's
I
up?
also, well, I
What's up?
also think that the reason why is because DreamWorks and Universal and all these people, like, they don't have Disney money to throw around and see what sticks in the wall. I think they really do their research, and everything in terms of the story, the plot, like everything, like they do a really good job. So they're not so much willing to take the risk. This movie might suck. It's Cars Part Two, but guess what? We're gonna fix it in Cars Part Three. Who gives? Who gives an F? We clearly have the money to do it. That's not them. That's not them. They're not going for that. So that might be another reason for that. So go ahead.
You were going to ask something, kid?
What's the dragon's name?
Uh,
I'm just asking. I have no idea.
damn
Yeah,
it. What's his
it's cool.
Larry.
name?
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's not Larry though. I promise you.
Yeah, I thought it was Albert the Gator.
Oh
By the way,
my God.
if we want to talk about How to Train Your Dragon and all that stuff, How to Train Your Dragon made more money than Madagascar, made it more Madagascar than Kung Fu Panda, uh, than Puss in Boots. Like I don't know these other films. Like the only people
It's a big film.
the only film in DreamWorks that's beating them within their universe of DreamWorks
The Minions.
to the Eagles point. No, that's Illumination. I think it is. DreamWorks
Mhm.
is Shrek. So Shrek has
Yeah,
always been a home run. So the fact that Shrek is the only thing in your company that beat you, nah, man, they make money.
100%. All right, so we'll move on to the next one, the Karate Kid Legends. Professor, we'll start with you on this one.
When does it come out?
The Karate Kid comes out in October of 2025.
October? Around
Mhm.
Halloween?
Early,
That's under.
Yep.
early, Professor. Yeah.
That's under. I'm sorry. Yeah, because with the Karate Kid, we gotta be honest about it. There's no reason for most people to even watch it. So like for nostalgia, you can bring in most folks. But let's be honest. For every husband out there, by October, you have already used all of your nostalgia points with your wife or partner to get to watch Mission Impossible or Captain America or Superman or Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts or Jurassic World. You have no more nostalgia points left. It's doomed. Under.
Oh,
Love it. Home run.
I yeah, I agree. I agree. I can't say anything else other than that. Jackie Chan's in it. That's probably the reason why I'm watching it. But outside of that, there really isn't anything else that's driving me to the movies to go watch this in October. Kid.
I'm gonna say, and it hurts me. Right, it hurts me. I'm gonna sound like Stephen A. I know him he's my brother. I love him this hurts me because I love Cobra Kai. I love every time it's on Netflix. I always watch all of them, even part 4, which nobody talks about with Hilary Swank. I love the Karate Kid. The only one I don't like is the Jackie Chan one. I don't like the Jackie Chan one. That one was bad. I hate to say it. The cool thing here is that you're combining Daniel and Jackie Chan, so you're mixing the generations, hence the legend. My problem is, why are they training this kid? Where's Will Smith's kid? Whatever happened to him? He went back to the States? Come on. And then 2,
Mhm.
so Cobra Kai last part comes out next month in February, the last part of the last season. The problem is, and I'm a huge Cobra Kai guy, the show should have ended 3 years ago because there's no story. It completely went left field. And as much as I love it as a guilty pleasure, I can't sit here logically say there's enough Cobra Kai fans to watch or Karate Kid fans to watch this. So I can't do that with good conscience. So I'm gonna say and the professor's beautiful soliloquy. I don't know if I'm dying to watch this film in October. Like you say me March, you say me April. Yeah, why not? I could spend 90 minutes seeing Jackie Chan. October?
Last one. Eagle. What do you think? Under, over or under?
I mean, we can move on. It's an under. Yeah.
All right in the middle of the summer. Fantastic Four. First steps July 25th. Out of that 4 week, it's the last film of that summer. So looks like the professor's ready to go. So we'll go straight with him.
So, I don't think that most people recognize what Fantastic Four actually is. And I think we have to lay out the foundation first before we vote on it. When you look at all these logos, which one looks the most different? That one. Why? Who are they trying to get? Who are they catering to? Your wives and your girlfriends. It is not a coincidence that the main villain is a woman, that the main character will likely be a woman. The kid made the point about Barbenheimer, all that stuff. What Marvel is clearly trying to do is as you sit in your house and you negotiate which movies you can watch in July, your wife is going to say, I will allow 2. And you're going to say, dang, I got it. So there you go. She's going to say, I will allow 2. And you will argue for those 3. And as you argue for those 3, one guaranteed winner is going to be Jurassic World. But if you go to your wife and she has to choose between Fantastic Four and Superman, Superman's going to lose. And you're going to accept Fantastic Four. And that is what's going to keep that movie alive. Unfortunately, because I hate the Fantastic Four. I don't like it at all. I think the whole concept is basura. But I have to admit, I think the strategy is going to work. So I think it's going to go over.
Kid.
I disagree. And that's by the way, Professor, you're Barry Bonds today. You're just hitting home runs. You just got to stand in awe of the greatness of the professor here today. He's just hitting home runs. I love the theory. I love the reasoning. I love the background. I think this movie, in terms of the story, which you didn't touch on it, which is interesting, it's going to be a lot of back and forth of them in the 60s and going back here. A lot of time travel. The numbers we're talking about. And I understand the Silver Surfer, they changed it to a girl here, and I know she's been in the comics a girl as well. And it's already been confirmed, and a lot of people have been taking shots at Pablo Pascal. I'm one of them. With regards to what the story is in this one, where Sue Storm is going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four. To your point, the trailer comes out next month, supposedly. Filming ended maybe 2 months ago. So the only worry that I have is, I have a lot of worries, but the main worry that I have is that it's supposed to come out 2 weeks after Superman. Superman finished production 6 months ago. This movie finished production a month ago. So I feel like it's the wheel, right? We got to keep it moving. Everything's in the wheel. I think that you made a good point about that. I just think that unfortunately, I go back to what TK said, where, man, I just finished watching Tom Cruise jump off 6 airplanes. I just finished watching Superman get mopped by Ultraman. I just finished watching Scarlett Johansson in Jurassic World. That's it, man. I'm not gonna go back to the movies until How to Train Your Dragon. I can't do it. I think financially they're going to take a hit only because of the gauntlet that it's being. If this movie was where Tom Cruise's movie is, I think differently. I think people are going to see it. I think the blind Marvel fans are going to see it. I think it's actually the second best film in Marvel this year. I think the Thunderbolts is going to be the best one. I think it's the second best film. I think it's gonna. I think they're going to do a hell of a job in the sense of making the Fantastic Scrubs probably more likable than they have been. But I just think, unfortunately, if we do our little fake accountant hat on, that's Murderer's Row, and we haven't seen Murderer's Row like that in a long time in terms of box office. So under.
Yeah, I agree. Eagle.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's just too much going on, and it's just with the casting and The kid makes a point. Production seems kind of rush. Um, Even though that's how Marvel does their thing, right? Like it's kind of their thing. Like, yeah, we're rolling fast. We have a lot of people working on this script. Like, it's been already worked out. I don't know. Sometimes movies like these, they need a little bit more of thinking and just for the pressure to get something out because you know you have a big machine to keep working. It just seems that it's rushed to me. So it's not going to do good.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, under.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be under. Marvel has not produced anything relatively good in a couple of years now. It's at the back end of the summer. Kids are starting to think about going back to school, preparing themselves, and all this stuff. Right? Who has time to go to the movies, especially if you have Superman, Captain America, Jurassic World. I mean, yeah, like they're all. I mean, Mission Impossible, not Captain America. Uh, but there's just so many films that I think is just more attractive than what the Fantastic Four has shown us, and I just don't see how they're going to be able to survive. So I think it's going to go under.
I just think one
Next
further thing
one.
before we move on to the film. I think one thing, the only thing that could save it as well, TK. And even though we talked about the gauntlet of box office, if Thunderbolts 2 months prior does amazing, because here's the
Exactly.
problem, Professor. And I don't hope you agree with this. Robert Downey was a desperate move and it was a needed move and all that stuff. We talked about it in nauseum. They needed him back because Marvel's been taking L's outside of Endgame when Endgame ended.
Mhm,
And I don't begrudge them. They need their cash cow back, even though I'm not a fan. I get it. I think that Captain America is going to take a hit because it's one because we talked about it. We literally just talked about it 20 minutes ago. But I also think that Thunderbolts might give it enough to be like, hey, Thunderbolts wasn't bad. We just didn't
That's
see it
exactly what they
for whatever
wanted.
reason we didn't see it, or we did see it. We told people it might be amazing. But I think that that's the only asterisk. I think even Thunderbolts. We'll talk about it now. I think that Robert Downey holds the key to success for the future of Marvel because of who he is, and I think that if you take away Robert Downey, Thunderbolts is the only thing that might save them.
I 1000% agree with you, and I think that's
mhm,
exactly why they have Thunderbolts in May and
Yeah,
they have Fantastic Four in July. Because some folks aren't gonna watch Thunderbolts, but through word of mouth, people are gonna say, "Yo, that was actually kind of good.
there you
Go
go. I
see it on
agree.
a Tuesday," and they're
mm.
gonna
Yeah,
go watch it and be like, "This Marvel thing's all right. You think it's
and then
got
they
Florence Pugh?
and then,
She's
and then
okay."
and then they watch this one. They'll be like, oh Jesus, it's not Thunderbolt.
No,
Now,
because
Florence Pugh
what's
is
gonna
good.
end up happening is people are gonna stop and say, "My wife told me to go watch Fantastic Four. Pedro Pascal's okay. They got the blonde lady from Mission Impossible. I love Mission Impossible. I just saw it a few months ago, so I know she's cool. I'll give it a shot."
Ooh, we did talk about this real quickly. Stranger
Mhm.
Things comes out in July, or it comes out in the summer. Stranger Things 5, the last season. Who was a big character in Stranger Things? Johnny Storm from 4, and he's gonna come back as a flashback or something like that. So he again that also might bring some excitement to that. And last thing is it didn't Sue Storm cheat on Doctor on Reed Richards with Namor?
Yeah,
So he might
they'll,
be
they'll
back.
handle that
He he,
later.
he might be back. But go ahead.
He'll be back, just not yet. That's Fantastic Four 2. Second steps.
Yeah.
Second steps.
Yeah.
Next one, 28 years later. That film is scheduled to come out in September. Let's go with the Eagle. What do you think?
I'm gonna from how to know about the history of this franchise. Um, but from what the professor and TK were telling me, there's a big fan base. And let me say this: as much as there is a fan base like us who like you know the characters, DC films, and Marvel, there is a huge following and just people. I'm not gonna call them weird, but they just love the zombies, right? And they love horror movies. This is not necessarily a horror movie. I don't think so. I wouldn't classify it as that. But it's on the borderline. And I think that's gonna be enough to attract that huge following of like weird people who just love the zombies and the apocalypse and all of that. And if you will, this is a movie that is like kind of like a mix because I don't know. I think that it also has a little bit like action, mystery, and all of that. It's just like a. It looks like a really fun movie, and then it will probably spark a lot of like oh man, what do you think? Is this gonna happen to us? Is there like a virus, and then it's gonna turn political? It's just gonna be, that type of movie. So I'm gonna gamble on it. I think it's gonna be over. Besides, it doesn't have too much competition on that like genre per se.
Hmm.
So that might be something that some people get interested by. So yeah, I will say over. Just for, for giggles and shit.
Yeah, and to add on what you just said, it really doesn't have much competition because in August you have Snow White, the Minecraft movie in August, the Cry Kids October after it. So this looks like it's going to be the first major film that people are interested in after that month that we have in July. So it's also one of the only films that it's in that kind of genre too this year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but doesn't it?
People love it.
But doesn't it come relatively close in June? Because this comes out in June. Doesn't it come close to the Mission Impossible movie?
No, it comes out in August. I mean, no, it comes out in September. 28 years later, comes out in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh no,
with
November. I have
all of
here.
that,
Wait, what? I'm sorry. You said September?
that's what ChatGPT told me.
Because I have here June.
Let's figure that out
Because
right now.
that's a huge difference. Because if it comes out in June 20th, it's getting destroyed.
Oh, it is
A
coming
horrible.
out June 20,
Yeah, a horror movie in the summer. Ugh.
and it'll be right before the Mission Impossible film
Yeah,
too.
no way. Under for me.
No way. Yeah.
Easy.
Um, no, no, I think it still has a strong following. I think people who like that kind of genre really enjoy those films, and since there's not that many out there, they're just going to jump into the opportunity.
But
It's
what about Cillian
in the summer
Murphy?
too. Which one?
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
He's done in the movie.
bro.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
There are two
Oh yeah.
things.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Okay. I mean, hopefully he has enough cachet from his Oscar that he won. I know that
Mhm.
another con for the film is also the main guy. It's Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's a horrible actor. He's Craven.
He was
Hmm.
Craven. There is no Craven now. We don't talk
Yeah.
about that.
He listen Godzilla. He was horrible.
Fair,
Oh,
fair,
Jodie
fair point.
Comer is in this movie.
Yeah, she's the actress from that Hitman movie, TV show, killing Amy or killing somebody or chasing. I don't know something like that.
Cross? No, not Cross.
Um,
Man, I'll tell you right
Oh,
now.
Killing Eve.
There you go.
Oh, she's in there.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Mm.
there. I'm
yeah,
there.
that's her.
you
All
I'm
see?
there. I'm definitely there. And you know, and
right,
you know
kid.
who else is gonna want to see it? My girl. Yep, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think it's going to do good. I think I'm going to go over on this one.
Okay. All right.
There we go. Going with your gut.
Kid,
Finally.
yeah. For this one, I have a strong feeling. There's the fan base of the horror gore genre are just die hard and will show up for it. I I really don't know what else to say other than that. The people are just going to show up for this film. Kid,
Oh yeah, I said under.
over or
Yeah,
under?
under
Under?
only
All right, Professor.
June release date. I don't like
It's a
it.
strong over. The reason why is because just like Fantastic Four, it's strategic casting to get the attention of women. They casted every single person that women like. You got the Killing Eve lady, women love her. You got Aaron Taylor, whatever, women love him. You got Cillian Murphy, women love him. But the cool thing about it is men love all three too. When you add zombies to that too, you can go to your wife and say, "Let's go see this," and she's not going to give you any problems. She's gonna say no
No.
problem. You're watching zombies. She's getting eye candy. Everybody's happy.
Correct.
Everybody's happy. And the
That's
budget
valid.
for the movie was $75 million. So it's like there's a big margin. Yeah, to cover that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally going to print money like it's gold. It's gonna print Bitcoin basically, even though Bitcoin's not printed. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a valid argument.
Yeah.
Valid.
Mhm. All right. Next film is a Minecraft movie. This film, not using the chat GPT anymore. April 4th, 2025, which puts it pretty much with no competition. The closest thing will be Thunderbolts May 2nd.
Yeah, so it has a good
So
month.
it'll be like,
Yeah, it has a
yeah,
good month. I'll go quickly under. I just think that I don't think the fan base is gonna go in there like the Mario movie did 2 years ago.
No, 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 no. Let me get in this for a second. Listen, man. You do not understand. Kids in this generation are crazy about Minecraft. They're lunatic
They used to
about
be.
it. No, no, they're
no, it's
still in
still
it.
pretty popular. It's one of the
It's
biggest selling games still out there.
yes, sir. Yes,
Like
I don't know, bro.
I have it
yes,
downloaded.
yes.
I have it downloaded on my Xbox.
It has a big following. A lot of people play that game. It might sound stupid. It's almost like a kids game. If anything, you know what? Obviously, do you guys remember the game called Oh my God, it was just building your own city. Oh man,
The Sims,
The
no,
Sims,
no, 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 The Sims. It was
Roblox.
just,
Age of Empire.
yes, yes.
I
It's
love that.
the kids version. It's the kids version,
I love that game.
uh, and they love it. They love it. I'm
All
telling you,
right,
this is gonna go over.
so you're saying over
Over, man, over. This movie's gonna be
under,
good.
bro.
Professor.
This movie's doomed, and I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
Minecraft used to have a hold over kids, but then something got created called Roblox. And ever since Roblox
Oh,
came out, Minecraft is almost like a ripoff of Roblox, even though it's the other way around. So the thing is, a lot of these kids, Eagle, but your kid,
mm.
does your kid play Roblox yet?
He's asking me about it. I didn't know. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
But he doesn't have it
But
yet, right?
no, but he's mentioned both. And here's the thing: there's other kids in school who actually have the game, and they play both. I didn't know.
Listen, once they're
Mhm.
probably playing both because they like your son so much. Once your son gets on Roblox, Minecraft is done. Minecraft is over. That's just how it works. It's a
So
wrap.
So this movie really relies on the Eagles kid liking the
so the way
and
that
the Eagles kid decides I'm done with Minecraft, the movie's gonna be garbage.
no,
It's
listen,
doomed.
man. The
What
the way that
happens
it
is
was explained to me is that there's a difference, age difference between the kids who play Minecraft and Roblox. Um,
yes,
today, yeah. So it's
yes.
like I think you start with Minecraft and then you graduate into Roblox, or is the other way?
That's how it used to be, but then
Uh,
Roblox expanded. Now Roblox dominate that space. That's like once upon a time there
mhm.
were those knockoff Legos. Then Lego said stop that. It took over the whole space. And now you ain't got no Legos, you ain't nobody if you're a kid. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
it definitely is the upgrade. It's kind of like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals right now. Everybody still play Overwatch, but now no one plays it because Marvel
Exactly.
Rivals just did it
It's
better,
retail. And
even
then
though
they have
it's
the
an exact
audacity.
copy.
Exactly. Then they have the audacity to cast Jack Black in Minecraft. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
yeah.
That's not gonna do it.
Once I heard Jack Black, that's yeah. No bueno
That,
from Jack Black. Yeah.
yeah, no.
See, I'm in the opposite. See,
No.
and I'm in the opposite shoe in that. I think because Jack Black being there, the fact that Minecraft does have a strong following, I think people will show up to this film. There really isn't much competition at that time. I think
Actually,
they'll do fine,
I
and
actually think it's a.
I'm gonna put it over.
I think people are going to see the movie despite of Jack Black. You see what I'm saying? Like, Minecraft. I guess my kid watches. I could put it. We'll watch this trash ass movie. Oh wait, Jack
Yeah.
Black is here. Where's my phone?
Correct. I'm done. Exactly.
Where's my phone? Because this guy, yeah, he's done. He was done 20 years ago. He's lucky that he got that Bowser job.
And killed it.
Yeah, and then he's in Jumanji. Man, nobody watched Jumanji because of Jack Black. Come on, man.
Not a Jack Black
No,
is so unappealing. They had to add The Rock and Kevin Hart, and they had to add the
Karen
homegirl
Gillan.
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Karen Gillan.
Just the,
Yeah, Karen
just
Gillan.
the
That's the reason why I
override
watched it.
expensiveness of Jack Black.
Yeah, go back to Kung Fu Panda.
The studio spent extra money just to wash out the filth of Jack Black.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude,
All
his
right,
best.
last three.
Go ahead.
Let's go with the next one. Snow White. Snow White is scheduled to come out in August 2025. Let me double check that right now.
No way, it's August. I've been broke
March.
since June.
March 21st, actually. So it comes out in March 2021. God damn, ChatGPT needs to update their stuff, man. I'm telling you. So March 21st. is the scheduled release date for Snow White. Let's go with the professor.
This is the most doomed movie of all time. Let me tell
Mhm.
you something. The guns and the knives have been out for this movie since the actress got cast.
Correct.
And the actress, and let me tell you something. I applaud it. She doubled down. She
She
said, "Listen,
did. She did.
She said, I got my Disney bag, and no matter what y'all say, I'm Snow White. No matter what y'all say, there are gonna be toys about me. Watch my movie or not, I secured the bag. Kiss my A. And you know
Mhm.
what? I respect it. That's some cojones right there. She said, "Don't watch my movie," and because of that, people aren't. But you know what? It doesn't matter. So when you're looking at it, good for her. This is going to be an amazing honor. You're looking at the greatest. You're going to look at the greatest box office failure of all time. It might make like $20. Nobody's going to see this thing.
The budget is 200 million. What?
Yeah, Marvel budget for
So
what?
Oh.
so to piggyback to Professor Mufasa just got destroyed in the box office.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, what a
thi-
surprise.
yeah, what a surprise! And now, by the way, spoiler for anybody who's seen the movie. For the 5 people that've seen the movie, in the movie, kid you not, Scar and Mufasa are adopted brothers. Man, miss me. Like,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
joking. I'm not joking.
Of course they
So,
are.
damn, JB, you don't have to say it. We know it is. You just don't say
What
it.
do you mean? That's like when you're the black kid in the family. You look at your brother, he's white. You look at the other brother, he's white. How did that happen? Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Anyway, but you don't have to tell me.
Come
It's
on,
like
Jigga. This
it's
is
like
not the God.
But you don't
This
got to
is
tell
not
me.
the
Let me
lover
live.
again.
Let me live.
it's like that reminds me of like how I met your mother. It's like, oh, when I was having you, I drank white milk. When I was having you, I had chocolate milk.
All right. So here's the problem with Snow White. I'm gonna pick it back from you. Two, one, I think is the idea that the girl, her PR, she messed up so badly, so it's hard to recover from that. Two, the whole dwarf controversy where they made CGI the little dwarves, but initially they had different multicultural regular size people as dwarf, but that they didn't even have a picture online of that, and they scrapped that and they had the CGI dwarves. So that was already a thing. And then three, the girl to your point that she doubled down. It's just
Mhm.
and she did it. She did it last year. I think something was going on last year.
She did it
Oh, the
every
writer's
year.
strike. The writer's strike. No, she did it
Yep.
during the writer's strike, and it was news every day because there was no writing, there was no nothing, and she was getting
Mhm.
destroyed. So yeah, there's no shot.
Yeah.
Nope.
Eagle.
Listen, man, this is gonna bomb, and the only reason why Disney is doing it is because apparently they want to keep the money, the milk, the cow, they want to milk us all the way until I don't know when. Um, the thing is that I don't even think that they have anything to milk from Snow White. I don't see any princesses or Barbies being made from Snow White. I know they have a ride in Disney World, um, and that's it. Do you have to make a movie for that? I guess, but then again, this you have to. Okay, Professor, go ahead.
No, like it's exactly you hit you mentioned the problem the exact perfect way. They cannot market Snow White the way Snow White is originally designed because the country got darker. And what ended up happening is everyone here who has little girls in their family, you can't if that girl is dark, you cannot give her a Snow White doll. You can't do it. So what they had to do is they had to have one little sprinkle of melanin or something to be able to make that character marketable again. There was no other way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said. Yeah, because that's one of their oldest characters, and they
100%.
couldn't. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
It's
This
it's
Disney just this Disney basically just saying, you know what, we're just going to throw money into something. We're in that whole phase of like, we're going to turn all of the animation films that were back in the 90s and 80s and make it live action. And that's
yeah.
basically
yeah.
what they're doing. This is going under. There's really isn't anything outside of that. The PR has been horrible. Like I
Disney
said,
doesn't care.
you're not going to recover from that.
They
You're
don't
not going to
care.
recover from that. Uh,
Yeah,
Disney doesn't care. Disney has so much money. They're like, hey, we'll just throw it out there. Watch it if
Pe-
you
pe-
want. Don't watch it if you
Go
don't.
ahead.
because
It's
I'll
still going to
tell
be
you.
on your Disney Plus whether you like it or not.
Correct. And I'll tell you, I am not going to watch that movie. But guess what I'll probably do? one of these little girls in my family might end up getting a Snow White doll. If she looks like the character, she'd probably get the doll. And so when you're
Mhm.
looking at it, Disney stops and says, meh, but it shows
That's
something.
that's literally what it is.
That's
That's
all it
exactly what
is.
it is. It's
Yeah.
literally to sell toys. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right. So under straight through. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts in May. Is that correct? I can't trust ChatGPT anymore. Uh,
Yeah, go to Google, bro. I think it's May.
May 2nd.
I think
Yeah,
it's May.
May 2nd, 2025. Thunderbolts will come out. Over or under? Let's go with the Eagle.
I mean, over. It's just like Professor and the kid mentioned earlier. There has to be a strategy. There has to be somebody telling Marvel, "Hey, listen, man. If summer 2025 is gonna be, the year that you come up with three different movies that somehow might be connected, might be not, and you're trying to make money, logic tells you that you're only gonna make money on one. Okay, you got to do it right. So Thunderbolt seems like the movie who, according to the research, is gonna, relate more to people and it's gonna bring more money. And then depending
Mm,
on the success of that one, the rest goes. So, over for this one. I don't know the budget. They might have a little bit of a hard time trying to bring people in because of the cast. But then again, Florence Pugh is there, so that might be enough, to be completely honest. As the professor always says, um, gender is always important. Girls love Florence, boys love Florence like men, so it's a win-win. So yeah, over.
yep. Over. Kid.
Yeah, over. We mentioned this earlier. I think it's going to be the best Marvel movie of the year. I think, unfortunately, hopefully, it gets enough people to go to the movies because, again, unfortunately, Sam Wilson is before this movie, so you're going to get a bad taste in your mouth. So, hopefully, you recover from that, and then you can be, a good 2 month period, and then you can watch Thunderbolts. I think if you look at the cast, Red Guardian, you have Ghost from Ant Man, you have Stanley, Bucky, who everybody loves that man. The U.S. agent was the best part of the show, and Florence Pugh, who's literally been hitting home runs in or outside of Marvel. She's a great actress. Uh, Professor, I know is going to go with the whole, like the Eagle said, the identity thing, the sexual, the sex argument of the female thing, and I think he's 100% right. And again, these are likable people. And again, what's also going on in May? Stranger Things is around the corner. The Stranger Things fans are going to be there for the Red Guardian. Bucky has his fans. U.S. Agent. A lot of people, again, people slept on him, but he did amazing. And then we don't know that much about it. We know they're a group set up by the Elaine character. Um, we don't know that much about. I think that there's going to be a trailer or even two trailers out. But I think for this one, we don't care. I think the first trailer just did its job. We know it's going to be a way better version than Suicide Scrubs, and as long as it's a good film in terms of like the storyline, I think that we don't care because the banter between these people, we're interested to see these people interact with each other and have this world where we're
Hmm.
like, what the hell? That's the new Black Widow, and and Bucky's been around for so long that he knows the old school generation. Now this is the new school generation. So again, it's a very interesting set, and it has the most potential to be probably in terms of story better than Fantastic Scrubs or Sam Wilson. So they're ahead of the game in May. Hopefully,
Hmm.
more people see it, but I think it's an over.
Professor.
So this movie is like LeBron James against Golden State. When you're talking about the Cavaliers are down, they're one more shot and they're out. Then out of nowhere, LeBron shot block, boom. That's what this movie essentially is. And this movie is the movie that if it does well, it saves everything. This little itty bitty movie that nobody cared about until you saw the trailer. So with this movie here, they've casted so many people that you wish you could hang out with. When you really think about it, you enjoy watching them act. You enjoy watching them act together. You're not even gonna watch this because it's a Marvel movie. You're gonna watch it because you want to see people talk to each other. And when you think about it, really that's kind of a coup for Marvel, and hopefully they could use this to lift up the rest of their stuff because their overall quality has been trash. This movie, I think, is going to go
Mhm.
over, but I also want to caveat that it may not go over the first weekend. This is one of those movies that I think people are going to trickle into over time. They're going to say, "Oh, it's still out. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot," and that's how it's going to get its money.
Good call.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I think the characters are all interesting too. And to put them all together, like you said, it's kind of like Suicide Squad, but they don't have to go with the introductions because we already been introduced to all the characters. They could jump right into the storyline. And I think like if they do, if they have a decent story, it will do great. And I will say as well, this is going over. And then finally, the last one, Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's go with the professor.
This movie got Scarlett Johansson and the Blade guy, right?
Ali, Marshall, yeah,
Mahershala
that guy.
Ali.
Yeah,
What was the
hmm
worst part of the Jurassic World series?
Chris Pine.
Yeah, correct. They got him out of there, and they replaced him with two people that are universally likable. This movie's gonna make so much money, it doesn't make sense. I don't even need to see the trailer. I already know I'm gonna be there. That's over.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm the same way. I First film that I ever saw in the movie theaters was Jurassic World. I mean Jurassic Park. I've been a dinosaur guy since a little kid. Uh, I don't care what the trailer shows. It could be the worst film in the entire year, and I'm still gonna go and watch that film. Walk out really, really happy. It's going over. Kid.
Yeah, we talked about it in nauseum. I think with the exception of Jurassic Part 3, um, which did all right financially, but it was actually the worst one of the six films.
Mhm.
Um, the fact that Jurassic World trilogy all made $1 billion, and the only good one was the first one, tells you the power of this brand, the power of this logo. None of the old school G's are going to be in this one. None of the people from Jurassic World trilogy is going to be in this one. This is a continuation of the story, but they're basically starting anew, and it's a reboot. Same story is starting anew, which may sound convoluted, but because it's Jurassic World, we have to give it the benefit of the doubt. The story might be trash. We don't care. If you read the synopsis on Wikipedia, it's literally people get stranded on an island with dinosaurs. We don't care. We've seen enough. You have 6 films. I think 4 or 5 of the 6 films hit $1 billion. So you have a track record. You have enough cachet. Steven Spielberg's involved in 2 films. Um, I don't know. It's just an easy slam dunk, and I just think that um, when
Hell,
you take
they literally have a section of the park at Universal specifically for this. They have a ride for it. They actually have two rides. They have the old Jurassic Park ride, which is kind of like a little raft, and then they have the new Velocicoaster one. They came out not that long ago, like 2 3 years ago. This brand sells.
yeah, and again, it's the first one to eat really hard in the summer. So I just think it's a slam dunk, and everybody knows that it's the worst kept secret in Hollywood. They're coming. Anybody who's behind them, good luck. Anybody who's in front of them, good luck. Anybody who's in the vicinity of this movie between 2 weeks or 2 weeks before or after, to the professor's point, where you're gonna put your money at. Everybody loves this movie. You can take kids, 5-year-old kids can be like, I love dinosaurs, even though they're literally destroying somebody, and they have the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, no, easy slam dunk.
Eagle.
Easy money, dust it, baby. Yeah, over.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So let's do one last segment. Let's go ahead and go one by one. What do you think is going to be the best film? I've already said which is going to be the best film for me. It's going to be Jurassic World. Professor.
The best film I think will probably actually end up being Thunderbolts, the most successful Jurassic World.
Kid.
I don't think it's Jurassic World. I think it's gonna be the most entertaining, most likely. And if you want to see the best film, yeah, I'll go with the professor as well. Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Eagle.
Y'all are wrong. It's gonna be Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. No bias here.
I would like to change my answer. I agree.
There we go. It's gonna be
Two
good,
Mission
guys.
Impossible, Jurassic World, and
It's gonna be
Thunderbolts.
good. Yeah. And then the best movie, and then in terms of doing good, besides what any other movie is out there, Superman, man. Hey, listen, there's a shot. I'll take it.
I listen. I wanted to pick it. I'm the biggest Superman fan in history. I'm dying to pick it. It's just that um, let's see what the trailer 2 says. Because again, I know a lot of the story, but will trailer 2 connect the same way the trailer 1 connected? Let's see.
You gotta believe.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
stay.
Look up. Look up.
All right.
It's
Well,
dangerous to go alone.
definitely go out,
Take
check out the
this.
films. Hope you enjoyed this over under segment that we did. I know it ran a little long, but we really do hope you enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you are a Jedi, a time traveler, or moviegoer like we all are, keep your fandom alive. Keep your wardrobe engaged. Until next time, fellow nerds, this is Nerd Break.